Welcome here today, folks, to another edition of a predictions video for the channel. Bristol All-Star Race on the road edition. Me and my buddy Alex, we're on our way over there. He's camera guy right now for both this trip and the vlog. We're going to make our predictions for what will happen for the All-Star Race. Our picks for the Open and our picks to predict who we think is going to win the race ultimately here today. So first and foremost, I think I'm going to start off here, I guess, is what we should end up doing. My picks for who I think are going to advance through the Open here in tonight's race, what to look out for there. A lot of solid young drivers are in this lineup, and a mix with some veterans like Clint Boyer. Maybe Matt Benedetto can be considered a veteran when it comes to these style of racetracks. He's a great short track racer. I think experience is going to pay off, but I think a lot of the young guns are going to move on. I think Christopher Bell is probably going to be my first pick to move on from the Open. Matt Benedetto is going to be second, and the reason being is both of those two guys have such a great track record here at Bristol. Of course, Bell in the Xfinity Series has won here before and actually got a top 10 finish earlier this season at Bristol for that points race. Matt Benedetto, of course, finished second last season and in fact finished sixth at Bristol. We all know he is definitely a favorite when it comes to this racetrack. Those could be favorites over the course of the night, so I definitely think they're going to move on through the Open. It's really a toss-up for that third driver. I think you look at guys like Bubba Wallace can maybe contend. He was competing for a top 10 here about a month ago when they were racing that points race, and of course he raced his way in last year, again, Clint Boyer. But my pick's probably going to be Tyler Reddick. I think Tyler Reddick, he's probably been the most consistent rookie, and probably of the drivers that are in the Open race is probably the most consistent as well. So yeah, I would go to Tyler Reddick there. Alex, you can take your pick for the Open. Your guest appearance here.
I'm gonna stick with Bubba Wallace. I think Bubba can do pretty good today. I mean, he's been doing pretty decent all season, but anything can happen, honestly. But for the actual race, I'm gonna stick with my boy Joey Logano. Honestly, he's been doing pretty decent all year, and I feel like he can pull something off today.
So Joey Logano is your race pick. It might be a little bit of bias in there.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Honestly, I do think all three Penske drivers are going to be competitive tonight. Ryan Blaney, Logano, Keselowski, they were all in the top 5 for most of the race at Bristol earlier this year. Of course, Chase Elliott was too. It came down to Chase Elliott and Joey Logano right at the end of the race there. Obviously, they ended up getting together. Keselowski ended up going on to win the race because of it. Blaney, of course, was leading laps early on before he got in that accident as well. Very early in the race in the first 200 laps. My heart says Blaney, but I don't know who to pick. You know, for turning right over. Yeah, okay, we're turning right. But so man, I'm such at a toss-up right now. I'm trying to think of drivers outside of those 4 that could maybe contend. Denny Hamlin's a good short track racer, but they didn't have the setup, of course, with no practice or qualifying. I think you really have to go on how they performed about a month ago, because cars are going to be same, 750 horsepower. They got the lower, smaller rear spoilers. I think you're going to have to go based off of guys that are... I think I'm going to play it safe and take Blaney. I think Blaney's probably the safest pick of anybody right now, and he's had such bad luck, though, too, that definitely doesn't help either. Kyle Busch, another great short track racer. Mark Truex Jr. is on the pole. He doesn't have a good track record here. I would probably stay away from picking Truex for any bettors out there. I think Ryan Blaney's going to be my pick, though, ultimately for tonight. Again, there's a little bit of bias in there, but it's the All-Star race. We're not really looking at fantasy here. Why not? Blaney has not won a race that I've gone to in person either, so that'd be pretty cool if he won. That's going to wrap it up for this one. A short video. Again, there's no fantasy breakdown, so it's not like I can tell you guys to really stay away from possible dark horse picks. And plus, we don't know who's all in the race because they have the Open beforehand. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. We're getting to the track very shortly here. We got a lot of race traffic entering in. But we'll definitely have a full race breakdown once we get back to the hotel, or maybe on the way out if there's a traffic jam later on tonight as well. for the post-race analysis. So stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button for more daily NASCAR content. Hit the like button down below and comment who your guys' picks are to win the Bristol All-Star race later tonight. I'm definitely excited to get this going, Alex. I know you are too.
Yep.
And yeah, we're getting ready. We're only about 2 hours out. So again, thanks for everybody tuning in. I'll see you guys later tonight.